Welcome to the show, everybody. Well, the race for the Liberal leadership, it is heating up. Chrystia Freeland confirmed her candidacy in a statement just this morning. And former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney, he actually held a press conference announcing his bid in Edmonton yesterday. So now we get to start to take a look at candidates and who do we think is going to come out on top, at least with the candidates that are out so far.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's interesting. I do think personally, I'm not saying I haven't decided what I feel about either candidate, but I think that the public will go towards Mark Carney. And here's why. I think the fact that he is kind of an unknown to most people is actually working to his advantage. Chrystia is heavily associated with Justin Trudeau. Like,
even the way that she left Justin?
Even though that she did that bold move, and I think it was very intentional now, we know in retrospect, to distance herself, I still think that people assume the stink on him may have gone on to her. So I personally think, even though I watched that press conference and it was with Mark Carney, and it was really dull, I gotta be honest. And I say that surprisingly because
you didn't like all the hockey analogies?
Oh my God. But he was so engaging when he was on John Oliver, The Daily Show. So we know he has that capacity. Jon Stewart, sorry. Jon Stewart. What did I say?
Yeah, John Oliver.
You know,
the other guy.
Yeah,
It's the other guy.
Yeah.
It's the other
What do
guy.
you guys think?
You wanted to have a little bit more charisma, is what you're saying.
I do. Show that charisma.
See, I'm a proud Canadian, and I want the best person for the job. And I'm hoping that in 2025, we are entering a new era in Canadian politics where we can finally have a woman leader of the Liberal Party. And fingers crossed, possibly the Prime Minister. And I think Chrystia Freeland is the best and most qualified candidate, because I think people need, you're associating her with Justin, but I think people need to remember and need to hear her resume. And then I want you guys to think about this. She has been the Minister of Finance, Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of International Affairs, and Deputy Prime Minister. She also has experience negotiating with the deal with Canada, US, and Mexico. That's very important in the future.
Right.
She also has a lot of experience with the diplomatic relations with Ukraine, Russia, and China. Also very important going forward in the future. And good for Mark Carney, whether he has a personality or not. I want the person with the most hands-on experience to lead our country. And for me, all I'm seeing right now in the landscape is Chrystia Freeland is the only person who makes sense to me.
Is there a world where we could have a hybrid of the two run? Is there like an AI avatar we could create? Because I'm going to tell you why.
Like Dog Man?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not going to happen. But here's the problem. They both have phenomenal resumes. And so when we talk about resumes, obviously Chrystia is extremely experienced with the political experience. Mark Carney is running as an outsider, if you believe what he says. He's the former governor of the Bank of Canada. He's the former governor of the Bank of England. He guided them through Brexit. So he has real-world experience. She has heavy governmental experience. If they came together and then they had this charismatic baby, because I'll tell you why. We are ignoring the fact that we don't just need to look at the next leader of Canada. We need to look at the next leader who's going up against Trump. And Trump, guys, get ready. It's the real-life edition of The Apprentice. And you know what he's doing? It is flash with no substance. And so, unfortunately, we are in a position where politics is theater. So these are very smart people.
Isn't this a good situation to be in, though? This is a wonderful situation.
Of riches.
I mean, we have such qualified people that are going up for this job. And if we think back to the American election, Kamala Harris was incredible, but she was it was a coronation. Like, her party and the voters did not vote her to be the leader. Like, she was appointed to that role of being the leader of the Democratic Party. For the leader of the Liberal Party, it's an embarrassment of riches. Like, we've got some great people who are going, some unknown, and even Chrystia Freeland. They did an abacus poll, and only half of the country could put a name to her face. So they're both sort of coming out, and Mark Carney was 3 out of 4.
I wonder how many people know.
3 out of 4 had no idea who it was.
I was about to say, how many, if they don't know Chrystia, do they know Mark Carney?
I still think that's exciting. That's like, prove yourself to me then. Prove yourself to the country. What are you guys going to do?
And here's the other piece that we're talking about. Like, as much as, again, I agree with you, I would love to see a female leader. The fact that we've never had, other than Kim Campbell, which was temporary and, you know, not
she was not elected.
It's so sad that we, as the country that we want to be, has never had a female leader. Like, it's crazy to think about that. And yet, I think there is still a lot of embedded sexism and maybe some just reality of, like, Donald Trump is sexist. So whoever is going up against him has to have the best chance to fight with him. And that may be a woman, but I don't know.
What does Canada? This is actually putting us to the test.
It is.
What do we want?
What do we want against Trump?
That's right.
Right.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.